I came to the really loud scrap yard. Oh, well, they got a trailer over there. All right. All right, so we got all this brass. Hopefully it's gonna be brass, and lots of this wire. Got a transformer as well, and all that fun stuff. We'll see what we get for this, because this took me a while. This definitely took me a while. Oh wow, that's a mess and a half. Mess and a half. All right, so yeah, welcome back for another day. We're going to an auction at some point. I was going to go, maybe I'll go there. Nah, because I might stop by there after the auction, depending on when the auction ends. Stopped off at the scrapyard. Shocking. You guys remember that that fireplace that I took apart? Well, guess what? $105. It's 46 pounds of yellow brass. Someone literally threw away a $100 bill at the curb for nothing. Like, they just put it at the curb. It was $100. So I don't even know how much that thing probably cost a fortune to have done. Wow. Shocked, to say the least. But let's get into it. It's going to be a fun day. It looks like they have a whole bunch of things going on here. They have a whole, look like a tractor trailer that they had to take apart. But what to start today, $105 for brass. And that was it. So let's get into it, make it a fun one, find some cool things today. Let's do it. All right, so I made up into a warehouse. I wanted to grab my my piles of scrap metal I have over here in the corner. I keep one bin on the bottom for non-ferrous metals and one on the top for steel. And that's from like all the box lots. When I sort box lots or whatever it might be, I bring stuff back from an auction. I see there might be scrap metal. I throw it in there, and then once every month or so, I'll bring it down to the garage. But yeah, this is the warehouse right now. Now, this is looking pretty sharp. I gotta say, it looks a lot better than what it did. Kind of rigged together. I wish, I don't think I will. I don't think I'm gonna paint all the boards. I mean, it's kind of pointless. I mean, yeah, it looks better, but they're boards, you know? Maybe I'll actually flip this one with that one. I don't know. They really don't need to be painted, you know, just, maybe it'll look better if they are painted. Then again, can I paint on I don't know. Anyway, regardless, I do have to add some more cinder blocks. I was going to stop off at Home Depot or Lowe's and buy more cinder blocks. But I figured that after the auction, if I still have time, I drive by Lowe's. And I really didn't want to drive like another 20, 25 minutes out of the way just to buy 8 or 10 more cinder blocks. So yeah, maybe we'll do that after the auction. But it's coming along pretty sharp. My thoughts here are, I might add, add more cinder blocks here, so I make this another row out. I do have a lot of dead space right here, but I feel like the 2 cinder blocks on top is tall enough. I went 3 and experimented with a box on top, and it was just, it's too tall. You know, you can't put boxes up here. You could put boxes up there, but then you run the risk of things falling on your head, things getting inside, not being able to see them. It's not like I have a forklift in here. And I don't think I'm going to get a forklift in here. That would be kind of insane. But yeah, this is kind of like the frugal way of creating shelves. I think it looks sharp. Probably look a lot sharper if the boards are painted, but who are we trying to please, you know? So yeah, that is that. We got that going on. I'm going to have to try to figure out some sort of situation over here because, as you see, like I said, there's going to be a lot of dead space right here, which is completely pointless. So yeah, that's that. Other than that, we don't have much going on other than I'm going to the flea market, or I'm going to the auction. I'm not going to the flea market, but now is the best time to buy from auctions. The thing with auctions right now is all the people who sell only at the flea market, and maybe do a little bit eBay, but not really serious eBay, the people who sell at the flea market, that's it, are not going to be at these auctions because they're not going to want to save stuff for the next 6 months. Whereas in March, they don't mind saving for a month, you know. But in November, December, if you sell at flea markets or if you do eBay, now is really the best time to buy because you're going to be missing that whole crowd. And so I do plan on buying a lot. We'll see what prices go for. It should warm up. I'm kind of cold. It'll be all right. So next clip, I guess, will be at the auction. We'll see what happens there. I think that there's supposed to be a lot of tools and military, so could be some interesting things. Let's get into that. All right, and just like that, we made it to the auction.
Quarter up.
So this is like the tool auction, and I think like military or something. So similar to the last time I was here when they had all the tools, which was in the middle of summer, I think like June maybe. Lots of stuff out here in these box lots. Not as much as there was that one time, but it looks like there's more quality stuff. Like everything's pretty much clean. It's not just rusty. Like you're not finding 40 or 50 rusty shovels over here. These are fairly clean for what they are. Take a look and see what's in these things. I don't know what that is. It's a nice tool belt. Insulation, painting supplies. We got here, it's car parts. Wood filler, looks like we got wood glue, some urethane. Let's see what this stuff is. See what the spray's looking like. Just looks like spray paint. You know what stinks? If you have to get rid of this stuff and you don't live in an area where you can like scrap it or really throw it out, getting rid of like chemicals and stuff like this is very, very difficult. And do not just pour it down your drain just in case you need to get rid of it. It does not work like that. Screws. A lot of these are more like contractor tools, a lot more like ducting and outlets. I don't use that. What's that? Antifreeze. More chemicals. Alright, so I bought an abundance of stuff. Walking back. Always a sucker for box lots. Oh, man. There's always good merchandise back here. I thought this was kind of neat. Italian music. I don't know, I was in a box of stuff and I took out a couple things I thought might sell. Oddies, you got Fisher Price, little Winnie the Pooh. Let's see what we got down here. I didn't even see these guys. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's a beaut. That's kind of cool. Nice older one here. Oh, that goes to that. It's a set. That's interesting. Huh. Never know what you buy. I bought that in a remaining lot. I didn't buy that box separate. Oh, somebody looking through my stuff. No. So I tried to. I know they're inside right now, sounding like the better stuff. I'll get there eventually, but try to get everything picked up. That way no one's kind of nosy and like look through my boxes and take something. People have piles, but it sometimes happens. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got some keys. Oddies. Nothing in there, that's empty. Push pins. Alright. Lincoln logs. Me being the numbnuts that I was, I totally forgot to take out the stuff from this morning when I went to the scrapyard, so I still have a bunch of stuff in there that I stopped off at the warehouse. That's interesting. Stopped off at the warehouse and never took out my non-ferrous metal that I was going to bring to my garage. Ah, fondue set. My parents got married. Apparently that's like the big thing. They got some like 10 or 15 fondue sets. I don't think I've ever used a fondue set. It's kind of like one of those things that was in style for a while. Kind of like air fryers. You know, it's in style right now. Give it 5 years, maybe it won't be. I also was able to purchase that one jacket that was hanging up. Actually, I bought all the jackets on that, all the jackets that were hanging up for $1. So you can't beat it. Can't beat that. So probably been here for about an hour. Still haven't even got underneath that awning. They're still working around the outer perimeter. Paid $2 for all of these paint sprayers. We got some paint spraying hose. I never actually used one of these. I imagine these things probably get clogged up and then are no good. So these really old ones probably don't really have a good reuse value to them. They might, but for $2 for all this, I figure it was a good deal. We got some nice hammers in here as well. This looks like it was welded back. Is that true? No, that's just dirt. Got a couple hammers in here, but he called it masonry tools. And for anyone, I'm not a big tool person. I don't really know, so I don't know what this hammer goes to. It might be a masonry hammer. I didn't know really mason. I guess, yeah, I guess you would use a hammer in masonry work. But for resale value, masonry tools, for some reason, I was thinking about this when I was over there. I do odd jobs, like I don't like work for people, but like I do odd things around my property, and I do my fair share of masonry. It's not like I do it a lot, but I do use this. Like, this is something I would go out and buy if I didn't have one, because I would definitely use it. But I guess a lot of people just don't, and that's why there's really no resale value to masonry tools. Thought it was weird, thought it was interesting. It's also not like a I'm trying to think of like jobs that like people just don't do anymore. I guess people still do cement like they did 20 years ago. I don't know, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, they haven't even got underneath this pavilion, working on the outside. Alright, so we're still out here. I've been bouncing between inside and outside. They're selling either, I think, a car that's next to that camper. I don't know if the camper sold. The camper was $34,000 brand new. I think apparently it was only used twice. It'd be nice to travel the world. I don't know if I can really pull a camper with my Jeep. It'd probably not be good for the gas mileage. I think they're selling a car now, but they literally have 2.5 full tables. Like, that's one table, and then the next one's the second, and then they have another half to go. They're going to be out here for another 2 or 3 hours, I bet. So, I don't know. I might stick it out. It seems like there's still a lot of people.
You said they used it twice. Literally 2 times. It smells like plastic. Yep, plastic. So absolutely 2019. And what do you want to bid, folks? How do we bid? $20,000? 10,000? 10,000 air, stormy air, 10,000 and a half, no 11,000, 11, 12, what would have been 12, 13,000, 13, 14, 14, 15,000, 15,000, there would have been 15,000. Folks, reserves off, we were at 16,000, so reserves off. Somebody's got a camper today. Oh boy. 16,100, 16,100, 16,1, 16,2, instructor spoke 16,2, 16,2, 16,005, and 16,600 for the third and final time, then you're thinking about it? 16,000, that's why I did it 1, 2, 3. 16,006, now 16,007. 16,700, 16,700 and a half, that's 16,800. You are 16,000, man, congratulations. Beautiful. 16,700, what your buyer number is.
Alright, 16,700. Alright, so I got back pretty late last night. In fact, I don't even, I left at 7:15 after lunch, or after dinner. Wow, lunch at 7:15. I left at 7:15 at night. It's pitch black. By the time I got back home after dinner, everything, 9 o'clock, so I was like, I don't even remember what I bought by then. But yeah, so I got some interesting items. Really shocked I got all the clothes for such a cheap amount. I don't know what the heck this is. Oh yeah, so inside, all the stuff that was inside, I don't think I really got much footage of it. Lots of hunting, fishing, military, but not really like valuable military. Like a lot of just like, I don't even know if they're like reprint photos, but a lot of that kind of stuff. They had a lot of ammo and And stuff of that nature. All the ammo went for twice the price of retail, which is insane. That's what it is. I did buy one lot, and I only paid $1 for this. I figured for $1, I can't go wrong. I figured somebody would probably give me $2 a piece for some of these campers. Or, campers. Not camp. Camp lights. Drawing a blank. Always draw blanks with this. Actually, it's kind of funny. Not this auctioneer, but another auctioneer I used to go to. He had a helper, and anytime the helper came up and tried selling something, he would draw a blank on what they are. But we got a couple of lanterns here. That's what they are. Little camping lanterns in their plastic. These aren't the old ones. Oh, these are must feel like a battery. Yeah, open, close. So there's a battery on the inside. I figured somebody would probably give me a couple dollars for them. The lanterns really aren't worth a whole lot. There's just a bunch of oddities. If you go camping, you know, you're probably going to want this kind of stuff. Got some fishing reels here. This one's a pen. This one's, I don't even know what this is. Not a huge expert on these, but I can tell you right now, these aren't the really good ones. Zebco. Never even heard of it. Towelette. So it's like just all a bunch of... This one even has the box. I figure I'd probably get a couple dollars out of this. Whenever things get down to $1, especially like on the inside, similar to like almost any auction. If you go to any auction, there's like stuff that's put up to be sold on the auction block and not in box lots, sort of say. Generally, when there's a collection of items, you can probably get like at least $1 or $2 for a couple of the items in the box. So like something like this, I'll probably get, I don't know, low end $6, high end maybe $15, $20. So I try to grab that whenever that happens. We do have one Coca-Cola crate. Now, these aren't older bottles, but they are really nice. They are the, what do they call it, ACLs or ALC printed bottles. 7-Up. Apparently, there's like a trick with them with the bubbles. A certain amount of bubbles you want on these bottles. Not sure if it's like 8 or 6 or 5, but only paid $2 for that box with the crate. Or the box with the bottles. Mason's root beer. I'm surprised this went so cheap. I don't even know why it went so cheap. In fact, I wasn't even going to buy it because I thought the bottles were really too new. But these like printed on bottles are really cool. I've never even seen Mason's root beer. I don't think it's worth a whole lot, but they're interesting to me. I'll probably take this one out, add to my collection, and maybe one of these 7-Ups if I don't have it. They're kind of neat to see. We got those toys over there. I did pick up a couple flats outside. Some pins. We have an ice pick here for upholstery, fabrics, and supplies. I think it's an ice pick. I don't think that's for something else. I think it's an ice pick. John K. Birch. There's a bunch of corks as well. I think the box below that had a bunch of ephemera. We have a nice looking cheese box here. It's a little bit different with a red ink on it. High grade. Did buy a couple signs. I guess that's train related, I'd like to say. And paid $2 for this lot of these signs. They're new. I mean, you can see on the back they're new. I'd say probably from mid-2000s. Not even sure what this is. Tools and cutlery. Diamond edge is a quality pledge. Alright. Now, I did spend like $27. It wasn't really a whole lot. When I left, prices weren't like end of the auction prices where it starts making up groups and, oh, you can buy all these 6 boxes for $1. It never got down to that kind of point. The outside stuff when I was leaving, box lots were still selling for like $8 to $10 for tools. Inside, no one bid on any of the baseball ephemera. Got a new Ted Williams sign here. I think I paid $3 for a couple other things. So we got this, wish this was original, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Ironically, somehow I came across the same exact photo either yesterday or the day before online. But sadly, this is not autographed. I imagine this would be worth many thousands if it was. But any Yankees fan would probably love to have this kind of stuff. Like I said, I only paid a couple dollars for all of it, along with, there's a couple other pieces over here. Mickey Mantle, another Mickey Mantle. That's one of the old Yankee stadiums. I say Yankee stadiums like it's plural, it's not. We got an old boxing shorts. There's also a bunch of vintage, looks like high school patches. So yeah, only a couple dollars for all that. Probably one of my favorite finds, and also another dollar find. The king of the dollar, man. That's what I spend. Like $1 on this, $1 on that. Once in a while, I'll spend a little bit more. I was going to spend more on the clothing, but it never even went for that much. I'm trying to even think about what I even spent. I don't even know what I spent more than $3 on. Just the way you buy, you know? This is actually a battery case. I guess it's glass because they put water in it. At least I think it's for batteries. Marked gold on the side, and then on this side, I thought it was cool. Embossed glass. But that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yet another awesome treasure hunt. As always, it's been a blast. Not sure how many more auctions I'm going to be able to get to. There are a couple more happening here in November. But after November, it's going to get cold, and yeah, you guys know the deal. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys enjoy, smack the like button, subscribe down below for more treasure hunts. Catch you guys next time. Next adventure, who knows what we'll get into. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.